नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome everyone sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, ERRA TV, and two-way video conferencing. I'll directly enter into Satsang. The second verse of Ishavasya Upanishad. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ evaṁ tvayi nānyatheto na karma lipyate nare. Listen. One should decide to live in this world for hundreds of years, all the while doing his deeds dispassionately as sanctioned by the scriptures. In this way, the deeds done by you shall not cling to you. There is no other way by which a man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. Listen. The first thing the Upanishads declare, decide to live. I was expanding on this from yesterday. Decision to live. Please listen. It is not as simple as you think. It's really deep. Really deep. Every step of life, don't give up. Go on deciding to live, deciding to live, deciding to live. In every opportunity, open to live, open to live. I'll give you one small example. The moment I read the Kamikāgama, the Agama says, during the puja to Mahadeva, Shiva, all the three ganas should be there. Mantra gana, Veena gana, Veda Adhyayana. Mantra gana means the mantras chanted during puja. And the Veena Gana and the Veda Adhyayana, Vedic chanting. The moment I read that, immediate next step is, oh, in these three, only Veena Gana I do not know myself. Get me a Veena, I want to learn. That's all. That's all is the next step I took. I asked my Mahant who assists me. I called him and said, hey, get me a Veena. And I said, organize a teacher for me. constantly opening for life. I tell you, you are living as long as you are opening yourself for life. When I say life, I don't mean just learning new things. If you think wealth is life, you should be constantly opening up for wealth and taking responsibility for it till the end of your time, your so-called end of time. Listen, if you think power is your life, you should be constantly opening up to power till the end of your so-called life. In every step, whatever you believe as life, opening yourself for that constantly is saying yes to life. Listen, one should decide to live hundreds of years does not mean you just decide to breathe, inhale and exhale for hundreds of years. No. Whatever you believe as life, opening up for that. I am very clear. Till the last moment of my life, 127th birthday, maybe by 11:30 noon, I may leave the body in the public stage. Till then, I will be giving my satsang. That day morning, there will be satsang. And there will be Kalpatar Darshan. There will be sannyas initiation. And after that, I leave the body. Means not that I am going to become non-functioning. I will not be functioning using just this body. So be very clear, what you decide as life, being available for that and saying yes to that constantly is kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. If you think money is life, even the last moment of your life, you should be saying yes to it. If you think power is life, even the last moment of your life, you should be saying yes to it and making decisions for it. If you think enlightenment is life, you should be saying yes to it even the last moment of your life. In my life, I am very clear. Living Advaita and enriching the whole world with that spiritual truth is my life. So I am saying yes to this till the end of my so-called life. Please understand. Life does not end when you leave the body, but I am saying even that so-called life, till the end of that so-called life, I am saying yes to what I believe as life. And even after that, I will be constantly available. Whoever wants to relate with me, connecting with me through various methods, prayer, meditation, worship, whatever, I'll be constantly available, making these great signs and spiritual blessings available to them. So understand, saying yes to life means not just saying yes to breathing, inhaling and exhaling, your little heart pumping the blood, little brain once in a while active. No. Saying yes to life means deciding to live, means deciding to live and take responsibility for whatever you believe as life. I am very clear. The best joy, pleasure, bliss in my life I experience when I live Advaita and share Advaita. Enrich the world with Advaita. When I live Advaita and share the world, enrich the world with these great Advaitic principles. I am very clear. So, saying yes to that, taking responsibility for that throughout your life means deciding for life. Understand? That is why I am constantly new, because I am constantly deciding for life. Otherwise, no one can expect our Sangha to be growing. See, the way we started, if you just see the journey, it was such powerful, high energy journey. And in next 6 months, you can't even imagine how we will be. Because now it is all thrown at the feet of Kamikagama. What Mahadeva has dictated in Kamikagama, even I have not read it fully. But I have already declared and I have surrendered myself to that. And I am taking all the decisions, making everything happen. Yesterday, Jnanatma asked me, Swamiji, can we celebrate this whole Shivaratri as per Kamikagama? Mahadeva has given a detailed instruction. Immediately I said, go ahead. This Shivaratri, we are going to be celebrating it as per Mahadeva's, Shiva's instruction. This decision I took without even knowing the details of instruction. It's not that I have read all the details. Just Jnanatma asked me, Swamiji, Mahadeva has given the instructions, thorough, detailed instruction of how to do puja, homa, including Guru Puja, everything in the Kamikagama. Can we celebrate this Shivaratri as per Mahadeva's instruction? I said, done. Do it. Done. Do it. That's all. So understand, the 11th chapter gives the procedure for Shivaratri Puja. I said, go ahead. That's it. And I have not even read the procedures fully. Whatever it is, I am deciding for it. We will throw ourselves, surrender ourselves, dedicate ourselves to the Kamikagama and stretch ourselves to the maximum of Mahadeva's instruction, declaration. Once you decide, deciding for it. I tell you, deciding for what you believe as pleasure, life, joy, bliss and taking continuously the responsibility for it is making decision to live. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. I learnt it from my Purvashram grandfather. He lived, I think, 98 or 99. Till the last day of his death, he woke up and did his Nitya Puja, and is the man of integrity and discipline. Never he missed a single day his morning puja, took bath, did his puja, did his meditation, went to the office, his office by walk, attended his morning routine, came back mid-noon, had his lunch, lied down for rest, left the body. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. There's another one extreme. My Guru, Yogananda Puri. He was admitted in the hospital in the name of heart attack. And the doctors asked him, what did you do? You got a heart attack? He said, no, just I was demonstrating some yogic practices and I think I had a heart attack. They asked, what is the yogic practice? You had a heart attack? No, I just tied the iron rod around my chest and exhaled and the iron rod broke. And this he does regularly. And I was demonstrating, so at that time I had a heart attack. Doctors are shocked. Hey, what do you mean by this? He said, come on, bring another iron rod. And he demonstrated and he had one more heart attack with all the machineries in the hospital. And the doctors reported he had 42 heart attacks when he was under the scanning and under the observation of doctors, but did not die. Stops the heart and starts as he wants. Finally, doctor said, he won't die, don't worry. Take him to house. And in the house he sat and he ate and he was making fun of all the disciples, devotees around him. And just one day, fine morning, around 8 o'clock or something. That is what I was told, because I was not there physically on the spot. And he just waved the hands to all of them and blessed and left the body. Just dropped the hand. Literally like a movie scene. Until the last moment. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijīviṣec'ChathgN samāḥ. So first you need to have a clear understanding what you consider as life. Not just deciding to breathe, inhale and exhale. What do you consider as joy, the purpose of your life, inspiration for your life, excitement for your life? Saying yes to that, deciding for it. Nothing is right or wrong. Deciding for political power is not something wrong. Deciding for money is not something wrong. Deciding for enlightenment is not something wrong. Nothing is right or wrong. Your decision without conflict makes everything right. Your decision with conflict makes everything wrong. If you have a self-doubt, SDHD, self-doubt, hatred, denial, even if you decide for Advaita, it will be wrong. If you do not have SDHD, even if you decide for money or political power or any mundane, so-called ordinary things, it will not be wrong. Finally, it boils down to the strength of your decision. One should decide to live in this world for hundreds of years, all the while doing his deeds dispassionately as sanctioned by the scriptures. Listen, listen, listen. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ evaṁ tvayi nānyatheto na karma lipyate nare. Decide to live. Decide to live. At some time, your decisions may prove itself not sufficient. You may have to reinvent yourself at one point in life. Even then, when that point comes, I will reinvent myself. As on now, with the knowledge I have, the clarity I have, the completion space I have, this is what right means. I decide for it. Even if I have to change it later on, reinvent myself, that is okay. Now I am deciding, and when I need to reinvent myself without a blink of the eye, deciding to reinvent myself, dropping the old decisions and understanding and entering into a new decisions and understanding is renunciation. Understand the level of completion you have now, the possibility, the sadhya possibilities opens up in your life. You may think this, I will do. This is my decision for life. Then, when you grow in that, then new possibilities may open up. So the possibility for you to reinvent may start happening. At those moments, just standing up again and deciding for further life. Deciding for further life. Deciding for further life. An ability to renounce the old decisions and move to further life, or assimilate the old decisions into the new decisions. Further life is renunciation. I'll give you one example. Suddenly one of our Swami came and told me, Swamiji, let us have the balloon in the ashram, big balloon, which with our ashram name so that people from the Mysore road can see. I thought, okay, have it. And I thought, let us have one more balloon declaring the next celebrations we are going to have, like a Shivaratri. We are going to have one more balloon for Shivaratri also. Let the people see and come and attend the Shivaratri. Then I suddenly realized, actually the Agama asks us to raise the flag for this purpose only. When the temple flag is raised, people all around that area see that there is a Utsava and they come for the temple, they come to the temple for attend the Utsava. So exactly what was done in the Agama by raising the flag, we are doing it by raising the balloon. But now that does not mean we need to stop raising the flag because both of them are not contradicting. They don't contradict. It's not that we are going to raise the balloon on the flagstaff. So when they are not contradicting, assimilating it, digesting it, that is what is respect to the tradition and ability to renounce. Many times, in the name of renunciation, we do throw out the things, we do renounce the things from the tradition which need not be renounced. I became enlightened does not mean I need to renounce the brushing style as per the Agama, taking bath style as per Agama. Because even after enlightenment, anyhow I am going to brush, I am going to take bath. It's not that I am going to stop that actions. When I am going to have it, do it. Why not do it as per the Agama? After all, it is not contradicting the enlightened lifestyle. That is what I call renunciation, but not throwing away the tradition. Wherever both can coexist, I always insist on keeping both to coexist. Listen, I am answering so many questions here. One, decide for life. Second, be very clear about what you consider as life. What is your passion? What excites you? What inspires you? What brings you joy? What brings you pleasure? What brings you bliss? Third, take responsibility for it. Fourth, when you are taking responsibility and living, suddenly you may come upon a situation where the better knowledge and better possibility opens up to you. Then again, don't decide just because you lived this for so many years. Decide for life, for expansion, and jump to that. Reinvent yourself with that. When you are reinventing, if this old can be digested into it, keep it, or don't bother to let go it. Don't worry, just let go it. This is exactly what I call deciding for life. Almost I have given you the manual for kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. I have given you the manual. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. Understand? I have given one homework yesterday, sitting and digging out all the patterns, moments, incidents, decisions, thoughts you encouraged against life. Decisions you took against life, saying, I don't want to live. Why should I live? All these stupid things. And there are some people, they try to get your attention and sympathy by this. Only after I die, you all will know how important I am. Just to prove your importance, you want to die? Stupid fellow, live and prove your importance. Not by dying. No, people talk. Only after I die, you all will know how important I am for your life. No. Don't try to prove your importance by dying. No. Try to prove your importance by living. Many times you encourage these kind of thoughts, this kind of oscillations, this kind of conflicting, contradicting thoughts. Understand? If you decide you are sannyasi, decide to start living. It's instruction from Mahadeva. Don't think, till I take sannyas, I will try 1 or 2 affairs. If nothing works out, then I will plan for sannyas. No. That is not the way Mahadeva teaches. Or if you decide, no, I am going to get married and live, and after you live, after certain years, suddenly the possibility opens up for you to reinvent yourself in the next level, then don't be stuck with the decision of being married, living married, because you took that decision earlier. Have the guts to reinvent yourself. But decide for life. The conflicting, confusing, self-conflicting. Understand, all self-conflicting decisions are self-pain inflicting decisions. Entertaining panic patterns, anxiety attacks is nothing but deciding against life. I tell you, actually, whatever you are afraid of will not be as bad as you imagined when it happens in your life. Is intelligence. Knowing anything I am afraid of will not be as bad as I imagined when it happens is intelligence. If you are afraid of poverty, when actually it happens to you, it will not be as bad as you imagined. If you are afraid of disease, it will not be as bad as you imagined when it actually happens to you. I am not asking fall sick, no. I am only saying don't engage with the pain patterns and anxiety attacks. Don't entertain the anxiety attacks and pain patterns related to any fear, because engaging with them is decision against life. Decision against life. Understand, in the Shivoham process in Cambodia, all I did is only one thing. All your decisions against life, I started melting it. I just started melting all your decisions against life. Suddenly people see they are transformed. Suddenly people find themselves transformed. I tell you, I just did only one thing. Put fire on all the places where you decided against life. And we do decide against life tons of time every day. If just a breakfast is little delayed, what kind of life it is? If just little less money in your bank balance for what you want to purchase, better to die than living like this poor life, useless. Please understand, your every thought counts. Your every decision counts. You are the only being allowed to have free will. Neither devatas nor devils have free will. Free will is beyond their reach. Please understand. Indra has to drink nectar, has to play with Ramba, has to see the dance of Urvasi, because that was the decision he already made. The collective result of all the decisions he made, he enjoys in Devaloka. In Devaloka, he has no right to decide newly. He can at the most decide few dance steps of Ramba or Menaka or Urvasi, but he can't change Ramba, Menaka, Urvasi. He can't get some other third, fourth name, fifth name. No. So the result of the cumulative decisions he has already taken can be experienced in Devaloka, does not have a free will to take decision. Same way in the Narakaloka. The cumulative result of the cumulative decisions you have taken in your life is experienced in Narakaloka. You yourself do not have a free will to take new decisions in Narakaloka. You can't say, this oil is too hot, don't fry me in this, please can you put me in the hot water instead of hot oil? No. You can't ask for hot water bathtub instead of hot oil tub. No. No choice is given. If the Naraka allotted to is Krimibhakshya, means eating the insects, are eaten by the insects. There is a Naraka described where you will be eating the insects and small animals, and the other side of you will be eaten by those small animals. So in that Naraka, you can't have a decision. Can you change instead of bees, The ant? No. The cumulative result of the cumulative decisions you took is exhausted, enjoyed, experienced in Naraka. So neither Naraka nor Swarga, neither hell nor heaven gives you the right for individual will. Only here you are given the right for individual will. Please use it strongly, actively, as Upanishad declares. Because every active decision, every living thought has power. Has power. You might have decided 2000 times against life, but now if you decide, now I am deciding to correct all my decisions I took earlier against life, whether it is 200 or 2000 or 20,000, I am deciding. That decision is enough to get inserted into your very DNA and reprogram, realter, realign your whole DNA to the new way of thinking. Understand, your decision here immediately creates a ripple in the sun, moon, Saturn, and the whole universe. Please understand, all those places, no one is there who can decide. Please listen. I saw in Nepal, all the Bollywood actresses are very famous in Nepal, and people see all Bollywood movies. Because I don't want to say Nepal, there is no movie industry, but it's very less. Because this grandeur of the Bollywood, they overpower the Nepal movie industry, and Nepal celebrates the Bollywood movies and Bollywood actors, actresses. Please understand, same way, the sun or the moon or the Saturn or Jupiter, in all those places, there is no one with the power to decide. That is why people with power to decide are celebrated all over those planets. Just like Bollywood movies, actors are celebrated in Nepal, no offense to Nepal movie industry, but surely these guys are, the Bollywood industry was able to create loud noise, and they are celebrated there. And in other planets, I tell you, there is nobody to decide. A Muni sits in Samadhi, that's all. He cannot decide to go for a shopping. He goes to the loka, that loka of Tapo Loka, because of his cumulative decisions to be in the space of tapas without getting disturbed. So he goes there. He only can sit in samadhi in that space. There is no shopping mall in tapas loka, tapo loka. Only here you have a shopping mall and Nithyananda Dhyanapitam, both. If you want to go for shopping, you have a shopping mall. If you want to meditate and sit in samadhi, you have Biddi Banyan tree. Understand, that is why this world has so much of choice, variety, colorful. The variety, choice, colorfulness is because we have a will, and we have will means we have responsibility. You need to know every thought you creates a vibration in sun, moon, Jupiter and Saturn. You need to be responsible for every thought you generate, every thought you attest, every thought you say yes. Now you can decide, I think I have messed up a lot in the past. Now I am declaring, erase all the mess that I created in the past, and now I am deciding for life. Let my DNA start reprogramming, aligning, flowing for life. This decision, even now if you declare, immediately it will vibrate in sun. It will vibrate in moon. It will vibrate in Jupiter. It will vibrate in Saturn. It will vibrate with Rahu. It will vibrate with Ketu. All of them will say, Tathastu. Learning to get the cosmic Tathastu is science of prayer. Understand? The methodology of getting the cosmic Tathastu is science of prayer. I am defining prayer. If you don't know the context, and if you can't get the Tathastu from the cosmos, your prayers are nothing but pure polumbles. Means how you call some number saved in your cell phone and cry to that fellow saying that I am not expecting any solution from you, just I wanted to cry, please listen to my polumble. No, there are many people call our enriching temple just to be polumbify. Means grumbling, grudging, they don't even expect any solution. They just call and tell, no, I am not asking any solution from you. You just listen to me. I have to cry somewhere. I just want to cry to you. That's all. But I tell you, you can get cosmic Tathastu if you just know cosmos is Tathastu. The Shivoham process is all about burning all your life negative patterns and decisions and aligning you to this one verse, kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. Even in the coming NDY, in the next weekend, 14, 15, 16, we will have one session of Shivoham process. Now you will see in the Shivoham process, Mahadeva playing Veena also. He learnt. He will be using the Rudra Veena, which is already delivered, and sitting here, and he is taking the lessons. Listen. Listen. Deciding for life. This truth, deciding for life, need to be internalized from multiple angles, and you need to complete from multiple angles. I have seen whenever people get pain, they say, Swamiji, death is much better than this pain, please. People come and tell me, I tell them, no. This pain itself is because you decided many times earlier to die. Now stop. Stop deciding death. Decide life. You will walk out of this pain. You will burn this pain, melt this pain and get out. If you decide always for life, even if your body is not functioning, you will be in jiva samadhi, eternal life. One of the greatest gifts I am giving to my kids is learning to decide for life. I will create the pure biomemories, muscle memories, which decides only for life, never taken a single decision against life. Whenever a person whose biomemory and muscle memory always decides for life, if he sits, anybody walks into his breathing space, automatically get healed because their muscle memory, biomemory also starts deciding for life. Last few days, one drama is going on. One devotee came for healing. The moment I put my hand on the head and heal, the body becomes all right. After a few hours, it is back to the same condition by evening. I was wondering what is going on. Why? Then I saw so many thousands of decisions she made against life. When I am putting the hand, the biomemory loves life and it comes back to life. And it heals itself. It says, yes, yes, I want to live. And after a few hours, no, I think it is all not right. And the Swami mesmerized me to live. I don't think I am capable. It is possible. And it goes back to disease. I am neither mesmerizing nor hypnotizing. I am just reminding you to live. Just this one verse, if it can be internalized, people can walk out of so many diseases. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. Kurvanneveha karmāṇi jijeeviShechChathgN samāḥ. Decide to live. Decide for whatever you believe as life. Decide for whatever gives you the joy, inspiration, excitement, pleasure and bliss. decide for it. The next verse, I will continue to expand. In the next line of the same verse, I will continue to expand in further satsangs. Today's subject for Vakyartha Sadas. How can we retain our biomemory and muscle memory pure by always deciding for life? Thinking, talking, acting for life. What all ways we can align ourselves thinking, talking, deciding, acting for life. This is the subject for Vakyartha Sadas today. And I wanted even the devotees, disciples all over the world, the Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars also, to actively participate through the Facebook or YouTube or the internet or whatever social media, Twitter, actively participate in Vakyartha Sadas. And I also wanted to request, let us not use the word debate. It is too poor, ugly, aggressive, abusive word. Because there is no other English word, I use the word debate. Vakyartha Sadas, exactly if I have to translate, exploring the meaning of the sacred truths. It is exploration, not debate. So, let's explore and explode. If you are exploring, if your exploration is only verbal, it is called exploring. If it becomes your lifestyle, it is exploding. So, let's explore and explode the sacred secrets. I saw a comment in the Facebook. There was some discussion going on. Should we give up all the modernization and the machineries available? We should take some of the things in the modern also, which is not all bad. It was, I think, going on between the Washington DC, Meena Joshi and another team. I wanted to make it very clear, I am not at all against modernization. Include as much as you can, learn as much as you can, absorb as much as you can from all the modern things. I am not at all against it. I am only saying you don't need to throw away, give up on the traditional things when it is really not conflicting your modern way of living. That's all I am saying. You don't have to give up because it is old. Try to assimilate both as much as you can. You will have a perfect new life. I have not given up modernization. See, actually, all over the world, tons of countries are watching me now, live, because modernization. You are seeing me, I am seeing you, because of modernization. I think more than 40 cities, more than 40, it is not just 40. I am giving an example. If I have to read out, it's such a large list all over the world. So I am not at all against modernization. I only request one thing. We don't need to give up on the traditional truths, the traditional lifestyle, just because it is tradition. I am not at all against giving up on something traditional which is not good in the modern day for your health or your mind or your life. If that is the situation, I am always for reinventing ourselves. Don't be modern fanatic, giving upon something just because it is traditional, even though it is good for you. That is all I am saying, don't do. So, and one good thing with you debating in the Facebook, YouTube, Orkut, Twitter, all that, once in a while even I may stumble upon it and I may come back to the satsang and give solution for that problem. You may have the solution directly from me for the Vakyartha Sadas going on. And I also saw some comments. Nithyananda and his disciples are too strong. Understand, we are too strong because we are too pure. Because we have purpose. We have purpose. We have purpose. Purse is not our purpose. Purpose fills our purse. Understand? With this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Dhyanapītam, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.